freedom and democracy.
I was thinking about those selfie videos that President Zelensky posted early in the invasion. Those videos were engaged to great effect, not only with his own people, but with the world. How about now? Do they still work?
Yeah, I remember in the very first days after the Russian full-scale invasion began, me and other people whom we were sheltering in our house, internally displaced people from different parts of Ukraine, were sitting in the basement during an air raid alert and watching to these videos of President Zelensky, and they were giving us a really strong morale boost to see that the president of the country is here, he's in Kyiv. Me personally, I'm not watching them as often as I used to, but somehow it feels comforting, to receive notifications that a new video from President Zelensky has dropped.
Still, war fatigue is inevitable if it's not your war, and when competing wars, especially domestic metaphorical ones, flare up. This year, free speech was a major battlefield, and Joe Rogan was a phoenix rising unscathed from the flames after being hailed as a martyr for spreading COVID misinformation on his hugely popular podcast on Spotify, prompting some big artists to quit the platform. Also, Rogan was pretty insensitive, used the N-word a lot, and anyway, Spotify gave him a public slap on the wrist, and he agreed to remove about 70 episodes.
A lot of this is a question of scale. Who is spreading the misinformation? How many people are they reaching? Because he's not just a random podcaster, right?
We spoke to CNN columnist Jill Filipovic back in February.
Whether Joe Rogan wants to admit it or not, he is considered by a tremendous number of people in the U.S. and abroad somebody who they can trust. And when Spotify makes a financial agreement with him to, on Spotify's part, financially benefit from that broad social trust and these claims of expertise among the guests, then Spotify assumes a set of obligations that they're not meeting here.
Rogan himself has said he shouldn't be taken seriously about COVID information.
I'm not a doctor. I'm a moron. And I'm a cage fighting commentator who's a dirty stand-up comedian. We just told you I'm drunk most of the time. And I do testosterone and I smoke a lot of weed. But I'm not a respected source of information, even for me. If I say things, I'm always going, check on that, Jamie. I don't know if that's true. I do that all the time.
Right.
But
What is that?
I try to be honest about what I'm saying.
I mean, how can you not forgive a guy who's that authentic?
What I hear in that clip is kind of wanting it both ways. Wanting to be taken seriously by his audience.